By the way, you look much better than Stu. It's a triple down effect, and so what that means is when we have rising interest rates, when we have a volatile stock market, it's very difficult for Joe the plumber to actually walk into a bank and basically get a loan. And so when we have tax rate hikes, it's a trickle down effect. We also have the mortgage situation going on with home sales declining, and then the home prices are going up, and so it's very difficult for a first home time buyer to actually get a loan, and it just causes a massive wave through every sector in the financial industry. And then, as you know, the Fed is always late to rising interest rates. We really have two scenarios. I mean, I think we're going into a recession, Lauren. We have two different scenarios. Either they continue to rise interest rates and we go into a recession, like a short-term recession, or we go into a massive inflationary period. I mean, inflation hasn't been as high since literally 40 years ago. People can't afford a slice of bread. They can't afford gas. They can't afford basic necessities. And we have this idiotic, president that can't even climb upstairs. What makes you think he can help the feds do their job, or even the economy? And this is just the bad policy decisions that they make in Capitol Hill with this idiotic approval of Joe Biden, because America voted for this, right? 80 million votes. This is what
voted
they wanted.
for this.
Yeah, this is exactly what they wanted. This is what we get when we're in bed with China. And then you're going to see a lot of false flags with the Ukraine. You're going to see financial false flags coming down because they're trying to distract away from the real problem. And the real problem is honestly the supply chain issues. We never ever solved that problem. We still have a massive problem. I'm a hockey player. I've been trying to get these pro customized skates, and I'm like a little kid in Christmas trying to wait for these cool skates that are very expensive, but they keep on delaying when I can order them because they cannot get workers to work to do the assembly line of these pro custom skates. And I'm just one person out of gazillion people. But imagine what that is doing to businesses. Imagine what is that doing that to Joe the plumber, to small business America. And when you hurt the small business of America, you're hurting what our troops fought for, which they shed their blood for our freedom of capitalism. And a lot of people, what this is going to do is going to cause a lot of fear, Lauren. And we do not operate in fear at my firm. We don't operate fear in anywhere. And this is where the serpents come out and they start messing with your head. They start messing with your mind, and you make a lot of bad decisions. So I'm here to help our clients, speak the truth, help them be a fiduciary when it comes to their retirement money. There are different alternatives. Look for alternatives. If you're looking to try and invest, look for alternatives, things that do well. Defensive growth, things that do well when the economy goes down, not just gold, not just Bitcoin, but you're going to start to see alternatives come out of the blue where they make money or they can collect income while the market's going up, down, or sideways. And so right now is not a time to panic. Right now is the time to create a plan that you can be successful in any type of market situations. And that's what I specialize in, Lauren. And I appreciate you having me on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a question for you. So with the Fed going up, the inflation, record inflation, listen, what does that mean for young people like me who want to buy a house? Is now a good time for us to buy houses?
Yeah, I mean, I expect some type of pullback. There's too much pressures right now with the housing market everly increasing. The interest rates are going through the roof. Inflation's through the roof. What you really want to do is just focus on building up your credit, building up your reserves, focus on you, and the opportunity will present itself. But now is not the time to fear of not owning a home. Right now, basically what you need to do is just focus on you, create a little plan on a personal financial situation for not just you, but everybody listening. If you're younger, you need to have some type of, cash reserves, and you need to look good on paper. More than ever, credit is going to be essential. Your own balance sheet, because balance sheets of a personal person is going to be more valuable than ever because we're going into a job market where people can't get jobs that are sustainable. And so they're going to be looking at income, jobs, and your personal credit. And don't fall victim to a high price home. And then next thing you know, everybody leaves Florida because everybody wants to move down here in Florida, but in other red states too. Just like I said, focus on personal credit, and I think you'll be fine once the market does subsides a little bit.
Okay, thank you for that, because I want to own a home, and I'm like, okay, everybody's telling me don't buy now. Do you think that the housing market's going to crash?
I think it's highly possible. It's really manipulated. I don't have a crystal ball, and I'm definitely not a real estate expert, but I do know it's a supply and demand issue. There's not a lot of inventory. And what's interesting is that home sales have been going down the past quarter, but now they're getting better. It really depends on these interest rate hikes because, like I said, if first home time buyers can't get a loan, then that really hurts the housing industry. So we're going to have to wait and see what real estate holds for 2022. But I feel that there is going to be a correction. The stock market is down, 20%. Even gold's down 7%. Bitcoin's up 28%. We've never been in a financial waters like this ever before with an idiotic president. So it's uncharted waters right now. But as real estate subsides, it's like elasticity in a rubber band. The prices have to come down for sure.
Okay. So recently you went on a retreat. I was wondering if you want to tell some of the Stu's audience a little bit about what Christ is doing in your life. We are Christian, thought leaders in this movement, and I was hoping you would be willing to share a little bit about your testimony and your retreat and everything the Lord is doing to bless you.
Yeah, I could be here for hours and talking about.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. All right. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessed salutation to the hopeful lake out there pushing this word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashim Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Shah. And what I want to get into, this morning, all right, as you can see from the video, and he's just one of many of these guys that talk about the markets, talking about inflation, different things. All they predicting, is bad scenarios. Now they got all these carnal solutions, which not going to prevail to anything. Bitcoin, gold, save money, and do all these things that that they tell you to do, but that's not going to be the solution because it's going to be way worse than what they're predicting. See, they don't understand that we're seeing the deconstruction of the dollar, okay? And they don't understand spiritually that we coming to the worst times since the earth ever was, okay? You see, everybody pretty much is looking out the window is darkened. You can see how he really can't predict what it's gonna be, but he will look, either we're gonna go into a recession or crazy hyperinflation, man. And see, we're just witnessing inflation. Hyperinflation is on a whole nother level. Hyperinflation is when you go to work in the morning, okay, and gas is $4-5, but when you get off, it's $8-9. When you wake up in the next morning, okay, it's $11-12. See, hyperinflation gonna be a whole nother animal. You see? And these things are being predicted by people who, study the market patterns, which, it's all manipulated because, hey, Esau could, the Lord could put the spirit on Esau to stretch this thing out. It'd just be a recession. Then things kind of rebound. Or it could go hyper. Okay? Either way, we know one thing, eventually this whole thing is gonna crash, man. It's gonna be real bad. And you had Russia now dealing with this whole situation with Russia, which this thing is all planned out. This is all a controlled demolition of the global economy. This is what we're watching. Okay, a controlled demolition of the world economy to bring in something new. Okay, which is the CBDC, controlled by a certain device. All right, that's gonna go in you. They let you know, look, we gotta get under your skin. Okay, we gotta get in you, man. You see, they already, them prep the masses for it by getting under their skin. Okay. Now, dealing with this situation with Russia, as I'm listening, like I said, I'm not a super, economy expert, but I'm explaining it, all right, in simple terms, all right, in simple terms as I can. Now, dealing with Russia, we know that the EU depends on Russia for natural gas, okay? So, when Russia invaded Ukraine, America came with these sanctions to where Russia cannot use, the American dollar or EU currency. That's part of the sanctions. They can't use that on the world market. Okay, no matter how much money, American money that Russia has, they can't spend it on the world market. They've been cut out from that. Okay? The EU currencies that Russia has, they can't use it because they've been cut off from that. That's part of the sanctions. Now, so what you have is the EU is still trying to buy Russian oil, Russian natural gas with American dollars. Now, how dumb would that be? You mean to tell me you gonna put sanctions on me, all right, for me not to be able to use this currency, but you want to buy my resource with a currency I can't use? That's like Russia giving the gas away for free, okay? And these people are not that dumb, okay? What does this do? It drops the demand for the dollar, okay? And Putin done pumped all these dollars into circulation. Not Putin, Biden, okay? Done pumped all these dollars into circulation, and now the dollar is being rejected on a global, all right, on a global market. So now Russia like, look, by Friday, they say this Friday, pay me in rubles, all right, which is the Russian currency. Give me in rubles, something I can spend, because they can still spend rubles with China, India, and Iran, okay? So the dollar's being ditched on another level, but then you got so much out there, so what does that do? That decreases the value tremendously, okay? And it's all planned. This is a controlled demolition. These folks ain't that crazy. They know damn well. It's just an act. It's just the Oscars. Okay? It's just a bigger version of the Oscars, man. But who's gonna lose? The citizens. Okay? The war is on the citizens, man. So Friday we're gonna see, is there gonna be something major that happens? We just waiting. But that's what's on the table. So, we just watching these things because we know eventually it's going to get bad, it's going to lead to chaos, and it's going to get out of control. Okay? But that's what we need, man. So, hey, Lord will, okay, something major happen, this week, and take this thing to another level. Okay? But we know this place is being grinded and it's circling the drain, man. You know? So I just wanted to bring that out. You know, Lord willing, you was informed and edified. Until the next time I say shalom. Go on, Yashala, Abab, DTA soon.